Mackenzie Dern is officially the new UFC Women's Strawweight Champion, and she is already looking ahead to her next challenge. The Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu ace captured the vacant 115-pound title in the co-main event of UFC 321 in Abu Dhabi, earning a hard-fought unanimous decision win over Virna Jandiroba. The victory marked her second triumph over Jandiroba following their 2020 bout that went the distance. This time, however, the stakes were much higher, and Dern's composure, striking, and cardio all showed the evolution of a fighter who's finally put everything together at the elite level. After the fight, Dern appeared both emotional and confident as she celebrated with her corner before addressing the media. During the post-fight press conference, the new champion made it clear she's ready to defend her title as soon as possible. And she already has one name in mind if former champion Zhang Weili doesn't return to the division. I don't know how much say I have now being a champion. I don't know how much my word and my decisions get into play. But I'm here to defend it. So whoever gets sent to me, I'll be ready for. I don't know if Zhang Weili will come back, but I definitely like to fight Tatiana Suarez. Maybe she gets one more fight in. I want to have a couple more fights with some grapplers. The call-out immediately caught fans' attention, and for good reason. Tatiana Suarez has long been considered one of the most dangerous wrestlers in women's MMA. After battling injuries and time away from the sport, she returned in September to dominate Amanda Lemos in a unanimous decision win, re-establishing herself as one of the top contenders in the division. Before that, her only professional loss came against Zhang Weili in a title fight. But many still see her as championship material with her relentless pressure and top control. Meanwhile, Zhang Weili has her sights set on a new challenge. The former two-time strawweight queen will move up in weight to face Valentina Shevchenko for the UFC Women's Flyweight Championship at UFC 322 on November 22nd in New York City. If Zhang wins, she could remain at 125 pounds to chase new opportunities. But if she loses, a return to strawweight and a showdown with Dern could become one of the biggest fights in the division's history. For now, Dern is focused on cementing her reign and proving that she's not just a jiu-jitsu specialist, but a complete mixed martial artist. Over the past few years, she's rounded out her game under coach Jason Pereira, sharpening her striking and developing a calm, measured approach inside the cage. Against Jandiroba, she showcased precise movement, effective use of the jab, and improved takedown setups, a testament to her evolution as a true champion. Whether her next defense comes against Tatiana Suarez, Zhang Weili, or another rising contender, one thing is clear: Mackenzie Dern has arrived at the top of the mountain, and she's not planning to step down anytime soon. Fans can expect the new champion to stay active, hungry, and ready to prove that her time as the face of the strawweight division has only just begun.
The fallout from UFC 321 in Abu Dhabi didn't end with the fight's abrupt conclusion. It only intensified once Dana White addressed the media. The heavyweight title bout between Tom Aspinall and Ciryl Gane ended in chaos after an accidental double eye poke left Aspinall unable to continue late in the first round, forcing referee Jason Herzog to call the fight a no contest. While the stoppage itself disappointed fans anticipating a decisive clash, White's post-fight remarks added fuel to the fire, sparking a storm across the MMA community. Gane had started strong, keeping distance, landing crisp jabs and bloodying Aspinall's nose. But with under 30 seconds remaining in round one, his fingers inadvertently struck both of Aspinall's eyes during an exchange near the fence. Ringside cameras captured the champion struggling to see, repeatedly telling the ringside physician, "I can't open my eyes." One of Gane's fingers reportedly penetrated so deeply that the middle knuckle was visible, a graphic detail confirmed by multiple eyewitnesses. Aspinall was quickly transported to a local hospital, while the arena erupted in boos from fans unsure how to react. In the octagon, a visibly frustrated Aspinall addressed the crowd saying, "Guys, I just got poked knuckle-deep in the eyeball. What the frick do you want me to do? I didn't do the thing poke. I can't see. Both my eyes got hit. This is bulls." His emotional response highlighted the severity of the injury and the confusion surrounding the fight's sudden end. White's comments during the post-fight press conference only stoked controversy. Asked about a potential rematch, he remarked, "There'll probably be more interest after fans saw he had Tom bloodied up and Tom didn't want to continue in the fight." He added, "Only Tom knows what happened. Could he see? Couldn't he see? Could he continue? Only he knows that." Critics immediately accused the UFC president of disrespecting his champion, implying Aspinall quit rather than acknowledging the legitimate injury he suffered. Reporter AF Feldman MMA summarized the sentiment on X. "Imagine your promoter saying his own heavyweight champion didn't want to continue, instead of acknowledging he literally couldn't see because both his eyes were gouged. Insane promotional tactic." Across social media, fans and analysts piled on, arguing that White had effectively blamed the victim. Reddit users and MMA enthusiasts noted the inconsistency, pointing out that similar situations involving other fighters were often treated with more empathy. Some speculated that prior tension between Aspinall and White, including Aspinall's earlier suggestion that he would vacate the title rather than fight friend and training partner Ante Delia, may have influenced the remarks. Daniel Cormier, working commentary that night, offered a starkly different perspective. Speaking to ESPN, he said he saw Aspinall backstage over 20 minutes after the fight and observed that his right eye was completely bandaged and his left eye severely swollen shut. "There's no way he could have fought on," Cormier said. "You could see the pain in his face. That wasn't a guy looking for a way out." Medical staff at the arena confirmed Aspinall suffered corneal abrasions and significant swelling, with vision tests showing temporary impairment in both eyes. While no permanent damage occurred, he will require clearance from an ophthalmologist before returning to the cage. The incident reignited the ongoing conversation about eye pokes in MMA. Statistics indicate they occur roughly once every 14 UFC bouts, yet point deductions remain rare. Since 2024, only one fighter has been penalized for an eye poke, despite numerous incidents. Critics have renewed calls for mandatory point deductions, stricter referee enforcement, and revised glove designs, proposals that remain under discussion but unimplemented. White later acknowledged the situation with more nuance, confirming a rematch between Aspinall and Gane will be scheduled as soon as the champion receives medical clearance. He admitted the scenario was a total pain in the ass, but emphasized that it makes sense to rebook the fight. UFC heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall has broken his silence following the controversial ending to his title defense at UFC 321, where an accidental eye poke from challenger Ciryl Gane forced the fight to be stopped. What had been billed as Aspinall's moment to solidify his status as the undisputed heavyweight king instead ended in chaos, leaving fans, the fighters, and the MMA world stunned. The bout in Abu Dhabi had been tightly contested, with Ciryl Gane landing sharp jabs and controlling the pace early. But with seconds remaining in round one, his outstretched fingers struck both of Aspinall's eyes, leaving the British champion unable to see and forcing referee Jason Herzog to rule a no contest. Ringside cameras captured Aspinall repeatedly informing the doctor that he could not continue, while the arena erupted with boos and confusion as the fight ended abruptly. For days, Aspinall remained quiet on social media, fueling speculation about the severity of his injuries. On Sunday, he finally addressed fans by posting a short Instagram video showing the immediate aftermath backstage. In the clip, a visibly emotional Aspinall, still in fight gear, sits with his team and exclaims, "All that training for that? What the F was he doing? He got warned twice before it. Did it again." The raw footage highlights the shock and frustration of a fight derailed by accident rather than defeat. Former UFC heavyweight Daniel Cormier, appearing in the video, consoles Aspinall. "The left one was really deep. I'm really sorry."
To which Aspinall responds, "They both were. He got warned twice before it. Did it again." The exchange underscores both the physical pain and the emotional toll of months of preparation ending in mere seconds. The video also features Andy Aspinall, Tom's father and lifelong coach, reflecting on the fear every parent experiences watching their child get seriously injured. "Mike Bisping, he lost his eye," Andy said somberly, referencing the UFC legend who fought with a prosthetic eye. "It's just horrendous to think about. If it's your son and they could lose an eye, their health, their life, children to look after, something needs doing. It's horrendous to see." The clip, shared widely by @ChampRDS on X, formerly Twitter, ends teasing a full-length version on Aspinall's YouTube channel, which fans hope will provide updates on his condition and recovery timeline. Medical reports following the fight confirmed corneal abrasions to both eyes, with one eye particularly affected, though no permanent damage has been reported. Doctors have recommended several weeks of rest and follow-up scans before Aspinall resumes training. Despite the setback, UFC President Dana White confirmed plans for an immediate rematch between Aspinall and Ciryl Gane once medical clearance is obtained. White's earlier comments, suggesting that Tom didn't want to continue in the fight, drew widespread criticism, with fans and media arguing the champion was unfairly portrayed as unwilling rather than legitimately injured. "I think there will be more interest in the rematch after Ciryl Gane had Tom bloodied up and Tom didn't want to continue. Being honest, the rematch is what makes sense," White said. The footage and public statements paint a vivid picture of Aspinall's emotional state, a fighter robbed of closure, confronting the frustration of being sidelined not by an opponent's domination, but by a freak accident. As Aspinall summed it up backstage, visibly frustrated and in pain, "All that training, all that work, for it to end like that, it's just heartbreaking." If cleared for the rematch is expected to headline a major UFC card in early 2026, potentially at the rumored White House Fight Night event. Until then, the focus remains on Aspinall's recovery and the mental resilience required to rebound from one of the most unusual and heartbreaking moments in his career.
Umar Nurmagomedov is back in the win column, and he's already setting his sights on UFC gold once again. The 28-year-old Dagestani standout returned to action at UFC 321 in Abu Dhabi, earning a decisive unanimous decision victory over Mario Bautista inside the Etihad Arena. The win was a pivotal moment for Umar, coming 9 months after his first professional loss in a title challenge against Merab Dvalishvili. In that January bout, he fell short in his bid to claim the UFC Bantamweight Championship, leaving him with unfinished business in the division. Against Bautista, Umar displayed a masterclass in patience, technique, and control, seamlessly blending striking, grappling transitions, and positional pressure to dominate the fight. While he didn't secure a finish, his performance left no doubt with the judges and re-established him as a top contender in the 135-pound class. Following the fight, Umar spoke with Daniel Cormier during his post-fight interview and made his intentions perfectly clear. "I will come to take this belt," he declared confidently. "Doesn't matter who it's going to be. Petroyan, Merab, doesn't matter. I will become champion." The statement reinforced his unyielding ambition and his desire to return to the top of a division that has always been fiercely competitive. Umar comes from a storied fighting lineage, and like his cousin Khabib, Umar has built a reputation for discipline, precision, and suffocating grappling. His win over Bautista not only marked a return to form, but also reinserted him into the title picture heading into 2026. The victory showcased his technical versatility, with clean striking setups, seamless takedown attempts, and strategic pressure that neutralized Bautista's offense. While he didn't secure a finish, his performance left no doubt with the judges and re-established him as a top contender in the 135-pound class. UFC President Dana White weighed in after the fight, praising Umar's performance, but noting fans' high expectations for fighters from that famed Dagestani camp. He said, "I think going into that fight, we were all expecting him to do well. He was seriously motivated. He's a very talented guy, and he did well. He didn't get dominated the way that team dominates people.
White's comment highlighted both the pedigree and expectations surrounding Umar, while also acknowledging the maturity and focus he displayed inside the octagon. Looking ahead, Umar has set his sights on the upcoming UFC 323 bantamweight title fight between Merab Dvalishvili and Petr Yan, a rematch years in the making. Their first meeting in 2021 ended with Dvalishvili edging out a hard-fought unanimous decision. Since that bout, Yan has revitalized his career with a 3-fight winning streak over Song Yadong, Dives Figueiredo, and Marcus McGee to earn another shot at the belt. For Umar, either outcome presents an intriguing path. A rematch with Dvalishvili would allow him to avenge the only loss of his professional career, reclaiming momentum and putting himself back in championship contention. A bout with Yan would pit two highly technical grapplers and strikers against each other in a strategic matchup fans would eagerly anticipate, with both fighters possessing unique skill sets that make for a compelling clash inside the cage. Although Nurmagomedov has not demanded an immediate title shot, his confidence and determination are unmistakable. "This division is full of killers," he told media members backstage, "but I believe I can beat them all. I'm improving every day, and soon I will have the belt." His remarks reinforced his relentless mindset and his readiness to pursue gold regardless of who holds it. Whether the UFC matchmakers choose to give him another fight before a championship opportunity remains uncertain, but after his strong performance in Abu Dhabi, one thing is clear: Umar Nurmagomedov's championship ambitions are alive and well, and he's determined to finish what he started when he first entered the UFC spotlight. Fans can expect him to continue evolving, pressing forward, and proving that he belongs at the very top of the bantamweight division.
Jon Jones might be retired, but he hasn't lost his taste for mind games, especially when it comes to his heavyweight successor. Following the bizarre ending to the UFC 321 main event in Abu Dhabi, where Tom Aspinall's heavyweight title defense against Ciryl Gane ended in a no contest due to an accidental eye poke, Jones wasted little time chiming in from the sidelines. The result left both fighters visibly frustrated and fans disappointed, as the bout had barely gotten underway before the unfortunate stoppage. Gane looked sharp early, defending Aspinall's takedowns and landing stiff jabs that bloodied the Brit's nose, but the anticlimactic finish cut short what promised to be an intriguing clash of styles. Within hours of the incident, Jones, who had vacated his heavyweight title and announced his retirement earlier this year, jumped back into the conversation in typically mischievous fashion. First, he updated his Instagram profile picture to an image of a duck wearing an eye patch, an unmistakable jab aimed at Aspinall's misfortune. The post quickly went viral, with fans flooding the comment section to debate whether Jones was teasing a return or simply trolling his former rival. Aspinall, who had been elevated to undisputed champion status following Jones' exit, had long expressed a desire to face the former light heavyweight king. The two exchanged verbal jabs for months, with Jones dismissing the Brit as just another name, and Aspinall insisting that Jones' retirement was a way to avoid him. The eye poke fiasco gave Jones just enough ammunition to stir the pot again, and he delivered. At the same time, the post-fight chaos sparked another wave of headlines when Alex Pereira, fresh off his own light heavyweight dominance, publicly called for a move up to heavyweight to face Jones. Pereira took to social media with a challenge that read, "Let's make the heavyweight division great again." The cryptic message, referencing both fighters' emojis, Pereira's stoic stone face and Jones' bone emoji, was paired with a subtle nod to the rumored UFC White House event in 2026. The crossover appeal of Jones versus Pereira, two of the most decorated and dangerous champions in modern MMA, instantly caught fire among fans. Jones, never one to ignore an opportunity to command attention, replied within hours, "Alex, I'd be down to bring the highest skill level to the White House. I appreciate the respect you showed. Let's dance." The exchange reignited speculation about Jones's fighting future. Despite his retirement, many within the MMA world have remained skeptical, suggesting that the right opponent, or the right paycheck, could tempt Bones back into the octagon. A fight with Pereira, especially on such a high-profile stage, would fit that description perfectly.
As for Aspinall, the no contest leaves him in limbo. The UFC will likely look to rebook the fight with Gane, given the unfinished business between the two. But the incident has also shifted momentum toward the ongoing conversation about Jones's possible return. The eye patch trolling only deepened the narrative of Jones's psychological warfare, a reminder of how adept he is at staying relevant even while inactive. Whether or not a Jones versus Pereira super fight actually materializes remains to be seen. But the mutual interest from both men, combined with the novelty of the White House card, makes it one of the most tantalizing possibilities of 2026. And with Aspinall's reign now in question, the heavyweight division may soon find itself once again revolving around the man who refuses to stay out of the spotlight, Jon Bones Jones.